Hi there, it's Bruce Wallace from Dundee and Victoria Chess Club in Bonnie, Scotland. Now, I posted an Alekhine game or two the other day and received great feedback. People seem to really love Alekhine's games. So I've got another effort here from Alekhine, and it's from the winter tournament of St Petersburg Chess Society in March 1912. And Alekhine is white, and his opponent here is Lovenfisch. So let's get on with the game. It's a quite dazzling effort with a fantastic double rook sacrifice. So Alekhine kicks off with d4 and then c5, which Alekhine says is an inferior move. Alekhine pushes to d5, then knight f6, knight c3, d6, e4, g6, preparing to fianchetto, f4. And this move, according to Alekhine, already prepares the move e5, knight b to d7, knight f3, a6, e5, d takes e, f takes e, attacking the knight. The knight now moves to g4, e6, and this move, according to Alekhine, completely disrupts black's development and demolishes black's attacking plans. Knight e to d5, bishop f4, and then knight takes f3. And here we have the first surprising move from Alekhine. I suppose most players here would have played queen takes knight, but Alekhine plays g takes knight, hitting the other knight, forcing it to move back. It goes to f6. Then Alekhine plays bishop c4, and he comments that this makes the potential pawn takes f7 check even more dangerous, threatening a discover check after the black king recaptures. So f takes pawn, and now pawn takes e6. Black now plays queen b6. Now, what if we had an alternative there of black taking the white queen? Queen takes, rook takes, bishop g7, bishop c7, castles, and then bishop b6. And black's paralysed in this position. This pawn stops the bishop developing and controls the f7 square, and this bishop controls the d8 square. Therefore the black rook only has one square to move to. The bishop can't get out because the pawn on b7 can't move, and the rook is confined to moving to the square b8, and white is also about to win another pawn. And for black to free himself, he'd have to move b6 or b4. So a massive advantage to white if black was to go for the exchange of queens. So if we go back after queen b6, Alekhine now plays the startling move, queen e2, and this offers the b2 pawn for sacrifice. And if the queen takes, it will threaten the a1 rook, threatening to take, skewering the king to the rook on h1. However, this has been calculated by Alekhine, because he allows this move to take place. So the queen takes, and now Alekhine plays an absolutely fantastic move. Pause the video, see if you can see it. He plays knight b5, and this is a very dangerous move. He's threatening knight c7 check, forcing the king to move and getting the black king in a mating net. However, Alekhine notes here that this attack by the knight, which cannot be captured because of the following variation: if pawn takes, bishop takes check, bishop d7, e takes d7 check, king g8, bishop e5 hitting the queen, queen b4 check, c3, and queen a5, a4, bishop g7, rook d1, rook f8, castles, knight h5, rook f to e1, rook g8, bishop d6, and the pawn can't be taken. Bishop f5, bishop takes, king c7, bishop d6, king b6, and bishop takes c5 check, king takes c5, and it's mate in 2, bishop d4, mate, or alternatively, if king goes to c7, bishop d6 check, king d8, queen e8 check, rook takes, and e8, queen mate. So basically, after knight b5, Alekhine points out that if he does that would decide the issue, and black therefore has nothing better than to accept the sacrifice of both rooks. So Alekhine has planned to give up both rooks for a mating attack on the black king. So queen takes a1 check, king f2, queen takes h1, and black in this position has 5 pieces in the queen to black's 3 pieces and the queen, and white also has a piece en prise. However, it makes absolutely no difference. Knight c7 check, oops, knight c7 check, king d8, queen d2 check, bishop d7, and this is the only way to avoid the initial mate, e takes d7, and now white is threatening to mate with knight e6, the pawn covering the square e8 and the square c8, and the knight threatening to mate the king, excuse me, mate the king on d8. So what if knight d7, it's just bishop e6, and again threatening to mate, and there is no defence. What about alternative moves here? So for example, you could have the move e5, giving the king an escape square. You then have knight e6 check, king e7, d8 queen check, rook takes d8, queen takes d8, king must move, and only one square, that's here, king f7, knight takes f8, discover check, and again the king has only one square, king g7, and queen e7 mate. A fantastic achievement by Alekhine, seeing so deeply into the position. After the move e takes d7, Lovenfisch must have also seen what was awaiting him, and therefore resigned. Another brilliant miniature from Alekhine, and a good example of his style. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you want to see more of Alekhine's brilliancies, please keep me posted and give me feedback. Bye all.